This is Henry. Henry is a cat who spends most of his time lounging around, being carried by his owners, sleeping, being confused, cleaning himself. This is actually one of his favorite activities. He spends a lot of time cleaning himself. He's probably the cleanest cat in town. Henry also enjoys playing with his friend, the dog Willow, stealing his owner's food, and eating plastic. He also likes to mark his territory on things by licking them, as you can see. One day, Henry started to realize if maybe his life as a cat isn't as meaningful as he thought. Maybe he is destined for greater things. He sat and looked at himself long and hard in the mirror and wondered how much better life would be if he was a human. The next morning, Henry woke up, got out of bed, and saw some catnip on the floor. Naturally, he decided to put his entire face in the catnip, and as a result, he got really, really high on catnip. So high, in fact, that he hallucinated and a magic mouse fairy showed up. The mouse fairy said, "Hi, Henry. I am here to grant you one wish." Henry remembered the conversation he had with himself in the mirror the other day and thought now was his chance to become a human. The mouse fairy said, "Okay, Henry, your wish is my command." And suddenly Henry turned into a human. He was so excited. He could finally do all the things humans could do, like eat at the dining room table with his family. He could also open the blinds to let as much sunlight in as he wanted. Quickly, Henry realized that being a human was also really stressful. He had to do things like pay rent, pay taxes, buy his own food, and he could only sleep for 8 hours a night without taking naps during the day. What really sent him over the edge was he had to go to the doctor, where they told him that he had to eat vegetables and lose weight because he was very overweight, and unlike cats, his obesity as a human could cause him some serious health issues. Henry realized that he did not want to be a human anymore. It was way too overwhelming for him. He then called out to the magic mouse fairy. Luckily, the mouse fairy appeared and said, "What's up, Henry?" Henry said, "Please turn me back into a cat." The mouse fairy said, "Don't worry, Henry. You've been hallucinating this whole time. You're still a cat. You just got too high on catnip. In fact, you fell asleep and this is a dream." It was true. Henry had been sleeping. He came out of his hallucinogenic slumber and was so relieved and happy that he was still a cat. He could go back to doing his favorite things, like stealing his family members' food, stealing more of their food, playing with his favorite human, and trying to swat her in the face, but being forgiven for no matter how many times he scratches her. Henry realized that he needed to be grateful for what he had, because the grass is not always greener on the other side. He learned to accept his life and himself as a cat, and he was so much happier. He spent the rest of his life lounging about, eating, playing, and loving his family. He tried to stay away from catnip, but whenever he indulged, he told the mouse fairy that he didn't have any wishes because he loved his life exactly how it was. The end.